Welcome. It's the Illblurmatic, Matic. It's the illest blurred in the land. Welcome back to Illblurmatic. What's going on? Let's thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing. Let's get into today's new video. It's been an ongoing rumor at Marvel. And you know what? Sometimes rumors are in fact true, right? So let's talk about it. The Marvel Cinematic Universe will be rebooted, confirmed by Kevin Fiege. So, how do I feel about this? Honestly, after the lackluster success of Marvel recently for this year, when it comes to movies, I'm actually happy to hear this. The reason for that, I think for me, they've been doing a lot with Marvel. And I mean, I get that they're pumping out TV shows, pumping out movies. But their movies haven't really been doing good. I mean, their first movie, Ant-Man 3 Quantumania, was the biggest flop for the actual studio. I mean, yes, it's $1 billion studio, of course, right? $1 billion studio. And for that movie to be the first movie for the next phase they were going into, for it to be the biggest failure, is the biggest letdown for the company. I mean, the company's $1 billion franchise. Iron Man, $1 billion franchise. Captain America, $1 billion franchise. Avengers, $1 billion franchise. And for a movie to not reach $1 billion, or at least be successful without flopping in the box office, meaning theaters, it's a big of a letdown for the company, because the company already has a reputation of making $1 million films, $1 billion films. And I think maybe it's just superhero fatigue for some folks. I can't speak for everybody, but something needs to happen. Honestly, some of the shows were hit or miss, when it came down to it as well, too. For the previous year, I mean, I did enjoy What If from Marvel. I'm not gonna lie, that was probably one of my favorite shows that dealt with like a different scenario alternative for Marvel characters. I did enjoy Hawkeye. She-Hulk, I wasn't necessarily riding the wave with that. I'm not gonna lie, She-Hulk was good, but I stopped watching it. It just felt a little bit forced when it came to certain stuff. But overall, I think this is definitely a problem with the company. The company sees like, yo, we need to do something. Let's talk about what Kevin Feige. I think Kevin Feige did the right thing. Honestly, I was fighting for like, yo, I would like to see the current MCU continue forward with more movies and stuff. I'm a little worried with this Marvel's movie, the Captain Marvel 2. I mean, the trailer is pretty hated on like YouTube, right? I'm not really for certain how this movie is gonna do. I mean, the only good thing that came from this, when it came down to it, probably was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And I know that's a mixed bag for some of y'all. Some of y'all enjoyed it, some of y'all didn't like it, but at least Kevin Feige realizes like maybe it's time. I mean, after Thanos, what else could you do to make this universe more interesting going forward? So, pretty much Marvel insiders have confirmed that the last movies for the next two phases, phase 4 and 5, will be Avengers Secret War and the Dynasty of Kang. Now, that makes complete sense, because we got Deadpool coming out. We also have Doctor Strange 3 coming out, and those kind of tie into the movie. So having it as the perfect send-off for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it makes complete sense. Like, if you're gonna end it this way, let's end it with a 4th and 5th sequel. Because honestly, when I think about movies going to a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, and an 8th movie, that's when I get a little worried. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm like, and maybe Kevin Feige sees that this is going to be a problem, because you have to remember, Bob Iger even confirmed it, that sequels don't make money from Marvel as much. There are some sequels that do a lot better when it comes to a first and second installment and not a third or a fourth installment. So, the company kind of has an idea where they want to go with this. For this to send off in this way, incredible. I think this is the perfect opportunity to start fresh again. Maybe even get another T'Challa, Black Panther, of course, now. Cast T'Challa! Cast T'Challa! I gotta be real. I mean, I love the idea of it, ending it all, because even the lineup looks odd. If you really seen the lineup for the next Avengers movies, it looks a little weird. Does anyone else feel that way? Like, I was like, nah. But you know what? When it comes down to it, good things come to an end. And maybe this is what Marvel needs for their cinematic universe, a fresh new start. And my other reason I want to say, and I know y'all gonna be like, why did you bring this up? Fantastic Four. This next Fantastic Four is gonna be like in an earlier setting. So, with this going forward, I am a little scared. I'm a little scared. All right, I am a little scared to hear this. But I am hopeful as well, because maybe the movies, like I said, some of their movies have been lackluster. Thor: Love and Thunder, Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy probably was their biggest movie for this year. The Marvels, I'm not really for certain for. But I can't wait to see where they go with this. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a whole new timeline. And I know fans are probably even divided by this. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some fans like, keep the current MCU. Let's keep going with a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh Avengers movie. The other reason why I think this reboot is needed is because, a lot of people don't forgotten, or maybe I should remind you. Let me remind you, right? They're gonna introduce the X-Men. So if they're going to do a reboot, maybe this is the proper fashion, to go about it, because now you're introducing the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man again. I think it's definitely it's got its pros and cons, but overall, I think the studio realized they were losing a lot of money when it came down to these movies, because, like I said, sequels don't always not always successful, and that's when they run into the problems, because some of these films are big budget films from the superhero genre. And I think they realized, like, yo, we got to start over. We got to start fresh. I hate they're going the same route, as DC when it comes down to it, because now you're going to lose fans that were interested in the old universe and maybe not this new established universe y'all got coming to the Marvel Studios. So, overall, like I said, I'm still like, I want to see this happen, because, like I said, I think they can work with this in a way that it can work. Honestly, I did not want to see Avengers 6, 7, and 8, and even a fifth at that. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're still getting a 5, hopefully it's a successful Avengers 5. But you guys tell me in the comments, are you surprised that Marvel Studios is going to eventually reboot the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And do you agree or disagree with Kevin Feige's choice of wanting to reboot the cinematic universe? You tell me in the comments, guys. It's a blur, living the word, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, fully watching the video. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'm out.